Hello everyone, Leadfoot Automotive here. I just wanted to give y'all a real quick video. Got the engine almost ready to come out. I got two more bolts on the side that are holding the engine and transmission together. Already unbolted the flex plate. I would have showed the entire process, it's just way too complicated. Instead, I can just give you the gist of what I had to do so I can unbolt that flex plate. So at first, I don't have a tool to spin the flywheel. I don't have a tool to spin the flywheel from the. I don't have a tool to spin the engine from the flywheel. Sorry, but what I do have is a 18mm socket along with a 1/2-inch ratchet to spin the engine from there. Now I did take the spark plugs out to make it a little bit easier to spin the engine. That way you're not fighting against the compression. But these cylinder heads are so bad that even then it was hard to spin the engine. If your engine is locked up, you're just gonna have to pull the engine with the torque converter out, maybe the whole transmission, just so you can avoid damaging the input shaft and the torque converter and stuff like that. But other than that, it was, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it was definitely time consuming because as you can see, there's no radiator, there's no AC condenser, there's no the support bar that goes across here for the radiator. You see there's nothing there. To get to this point, it took me about, I would have to say, 6 hours from here with the limited tools that I have. See, I got the speaker there bumping, but AC compressor's off. Got the lines plugged. Well, we had the lines plugged for the AC. But other than that, we're gonna wash them out before we put them in. And let me show y'all real quick. I'll take y'all down there with me so we can take out the last two bolts. If I'm not mistaken, they're either gonna be a 13 or a 10mm. So I will be right back. Okay, so I do have to be careful because there is a wasp nest in the bed of the truck. But let me show you. See if I can show you real quick what we're taking off. The starter's already off. The starter's sitting over there somewhere. I believe there's a bolt up here and a bolt on the other side in the same place that's holding the engine in still. So I believe they're 13 mils. Yep, 13 mils. So they're not going to this 10mm. Okay, so the bolt that you need to get at is right. Oh, shit. Alright, so the bolt you need to get at, it's right there. It's a 13 mil. They're all 13 mils. Obviously, you gotta take the starter out. And then there's another 1, 2, 3, and then there's 2 at the top. And then there's that other bolt I was talking to you about. That is this one right here that I showed you. It's in the same spot, just in the opposite side. You should be able to see it there. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. There's like super limited space down here for me. But I'm trying to see if I can show you as I'm taking it off. Alright, as you can see, it's right above this thing right here. This is a 2002 Ford F-250, by the way. It's right above this right here. I'm just gonna crack it loose and then this is completely doable with a normal ratchet. It's just that I'm on a time crunch, and I'm lazy, so I'm using my Husky electric ratchet. And then there's 2 at the top. I don't see any other more hold downs here. So the other two should be at the top, which those are already taken off. You gotta take the intake manifold to get to those. Or you can just reach your hand through here. But it's just easier to take the intake manifold off. And then I don't think we need to take these two off. I just hit my elbow on there. But we're gonna take them off anyways, just in case. I highly doubt we need to. But as a matter of fact, no, we're not going to. I can see this plate is bolted to the transmission, so we should be good there. And you know what? Just for precaution, just in case. Never know. You guys are probably going to be like, oh, you didn't need to take those off. That was probably true, but... yeah, see, I didn't need to take it off at all. Oh, well, I couldn't see inside or between the engine and transmission, but took it off anyways. We can put it back on later. As you can see there, bolts for the flywheel, or I mean the flex plate, I'm sorry. It is an automatic, it's not a standard, it's a flex plate. Took all the bolts off. As you can see, you can hear the torque converter in there. So, I believe that's everything. Got the jack sitting over there, and I'll see y'all in a minute. I forgot to mention that, sorry about that. I am taking everything off. I'm just gonna put the, you can just unbolt them separately, the engine mounts, but I figured it was just easier just to unbolt everything. Same thing on the other side. It's four nuts. Same thing on the other side. Let's see if I can get it right there. It's just 4 nuts. I figured it'd be way easier just to unbolt everything, and that way just transfer it to the new motor, which is sitting right over there. Let's focus. Right over there. So, I'll see y'all at the lift, at the engine hoist, cherry picker, whatever you want to call it. Alright. So, I got a piece of OBS plywood right here. I'm sorry. Yeah, OBS plywood right here. Got the engine hoist. Got me a little drink dispenser. And this is my setup. These are all the tools that I've been using throughout this entire thing. I know y'all haven't seen most of it, and I'm sorry. It's just that this has been very stressful and a lot of work, considering that this is my only vehicle right now. But it's been sitting for about almost 3 months. But enough chit chat. Let's start getting this thing out of here. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It took way more time than I thought it would, and it took way more effort than I thought it would for it to dismount. It was like seized onto the transmission, which is to be expected for 300,000 miles, but I'm sorry I couldn't record it. But the engine is out. It's like I said, there's only 6 bolts holding it in. Well, minus the starter. You got all these starter bolts holding it in, and then you got one right here, 2 at the bottom, and then these 2 up top right here. I'm sorry. So 2, 4, and 6 bolts holding it. And then you want to go in with a hammer and that little prying tool right there. It's actually for CV axles. And go between the transmission and the engine where this little plate is, and just hammer off to the side. And to get it unstuck, like that's the bottom of the transmission, hammer this way so you can see where I scraped it a little bit, and on the other side too. But sorry you guys, I couldn't show you the whole process. It was just a lot of work, and I'm recording with my phone right now, but I'm hoping that what I'm doing can give you some sort of help if you want to do it, or for just entertainment purposes, so you can see how stupid I am. This is my first time pulling this out. Oh, look. Oh, that's no good no more. Fuel injector. Huh. Wonder where that came from. Because I took all the fuel injectors out. You can see this engine is toast. But we're going to drain the oil out of it because it should be a little bit easier to drain the oil out. Now, take that hose off, take the motor mounts off, anything that I need to transfer over, especially like the headers, transfer over the headers to the new engine, everything over to the new engine that I don't need on this one. That process I could probably show you. I could put the GoPro on my head. The quality is going to be a little bit sucky, but it'll be content, and I might be two parts to this. But just overall, I might power wash the engine bay, but that's pretty much everything else that I'm going to be doing majorly, besides the engine. But right now, I'm going to let the transmission down, because I got it on the jack down there. Let the transmission down, and do the oil on this, and we'll be right back, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more content. Peace.